Well, well, well. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I missed you, tell you that much. And I missed casting Clash Royale esports right here on this channel with all of you fine people. Today, we're back with GKR Summer Split. Week 2, Day 1, the third day of competition. Don't you worry. The first 2 days will be coming to the channel as recorded backups. But for now, we're live. Live with this first match of the day. And a lot of fun it's going to be. Keef, Cody Go, and Samuel Bassotto up against Dark, Fram, and Wise. And then more after that as well. Format should be familiar. 3v3 BO1s, a duel, and then a King of the Hill. Bans a little different this split, only 3 rather than 4. 1 troop, 1 spell, and 1 building for all sets that have bans in effect. And I see AW Short saying, have my volume up and then your voice boomed. It scared me so bad. My voice does boom on occasion. Sometimes my voice is high and soft, sometimes it's booming and big. It just depends on what the situation called for. And I'll tell you what right now. Coming back, having been away for a little while, and then now being here, needed some boom. Hi, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm not at home. I am still on the road. I am coming to you. I'll post a picture. I'm coming to you from the woods once again. Let me go ahead and make sure that I actually have one most important thing set up. Yeah, that's right. The gameplay. So here we go. Higher esports on the bottom of your screen with Keef. And then on the other side of things, I think I have the pronunciation correctly for this team. Minchiam? I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce that. And yes, I've been playing lots of disc golf. Can they play EVOs in this format? Well, I think we'll find out if they're playing EVOs in just a couple of seconds here, folks. As it looks like it's going to be Royal Giant both directions. And it'll be pretty clear very quickly if it is an evolved Royal Giant or just a Royal Giant. Anthony Ilk saying no EVOs. Which I both agree and disagree with, since EVOs are in CRL. But take it as you will. So the Monk variant for our RG out of Keef. Dark, who looks like an AI, like some sort of avatar, as opposed to actually a picture of Dark. Interesting. Yes, with no miners and no Inferno Towers. A lot of RG, most likely. And RG in reply. Dark going with no champions in this RG build. You know, obviously either Monk or the Skeleton King are the two popular ways to go with Royal Giant. And Dark opting for neither, which is an interesting choice. So big early lead here for the 2022 World Finalist. It is funny that they have the Ultimate Champion symbol on both of their avatars, as though every player here... Is there going to be a player in this competition who hasn't made Ultimate Champion? I've made Ultimate Champion. So I really hope that every player who's here has made Ultimate Champion. Otherwise, not sure what that little jeweled symbol in the top right's doing there. And just cannot get to the RG. Fishboy not doing it, and this doesn't matter either way. Bingo, bango. Goodbye, Dark. 1v1 BO3. Keef opens things up nicely for higher gaming. So that's game number 1. Let me bring this music. Is this music good volume? I can never tell. Game number 1, Keef takes on Dark, takes care of business. Cody Go versus Fram, who dropped the Cito. Just went now just Fram instead of Fram Cito, which I don't know why. I think the Fram just it sounds like a sound. It's an onomatopoeia. Fram, right? Sounds like a sound, not a name. Either way, Cody Go versus Fram Cito coming up next. Fram is one of probably the lead player overall on Minchiam. If you're talking about as far as accolades go overall. Mateo's on there. Ilion, a.k.a. Chetty, is there too. So that's 2 players, both who have got some pretty well-established ability, but mostly Italians on this squad that Fram's a part of. Charles, Dark, Mateo, and Wise. Ilion and Fram rounding that out. But Fram, of course, has made World Finals. Ilion still awaiting that first World Finals berth. We'll see if he can snag one up at some point. Chetty couldn't play today. Big rip. Yeah, that is kind of a rip for these guys. How many Clash Royale competitions are there? It seems like a lot. Yes, there are a ton. And I've been on the road for the last 4. This is the 5th week of being on the road, so I've been casting very little. Just when I can do it. Again, we have there's day 2 for this event. For this week is tomorrow. It's a holiday here in the U.S. tomorrow, so I will not be casting. But I am casting right now. And we're getting here a little bit late, and it's just RG versus RG versus RG versus RG versus RG. Oh, let me turn the music off. And it's going to go ahead and monk push the opposite way. Stun lock the... This is essentially, it's a stun lock on the Fisherman, right? When you reflect and the Fisherman just keeps bouncing off of you. So, Fram, early damage here against Cody Go. Just starting hands him. As happens to people. Yoda I am. Monk Phoenix getting Monk Phoenix flashbacks I am. He has a bit going on right now. Finally, some good damage opposite direction. Cody Go mostly evens things up. Does have 4 extra in the pocket, but up against a healthy Monk and Fisherman. It shouldn't turn into too much damage here on the side for Fram Cito, but still will maintain the lead for him as we go into double elixir time in a few seconds. Forced to Monk just to absorb the Phoenix shots is Cody Go. Not going to get much out of that. Should use the ability here for a little extra. Decides not to go for it. Instead, save that elixir and go with a Royal Giant push. Hunter behind the Royal Giant will help out a little bit. No, early nice reflection from Fram, and now things starting to get a little dicey here. Cody Go, though, plenty of elixir. Fram up a little over 200 HP. And does he double down? He does with the Monk rather than a Royal Giant push there. The the respawned Phoenix getting in the mix, and that's really important. Rarely do you actually see the respawned Phoenix being super impactful anymore. Does it happen? Yes, but it's not the common thing that it used to be. The respawned Phoenix in that case, helping win that bridge fight. Cane Tower activation, not very important here. Cody Go in a lot of trouble right now. And a lot of it is these Fishermen just keep on staying alive on the side of Fram. Trying to find some way to maybe try to knock this RG back. Is there a log for Cody Go? I don't believe there is. And now that's going to be just a spell in. GG, well played. We're going to game number 3. Luca de Guano saying, is higher gaming a new team? I mean, I think this season, 6 of the teams out of the 8 are new in this competition. Coming up finally, Samuel Bassotto versus Wise. So we'll see what Samuel has in store for Wise here in this one. Give me one moment, folks, as I just double-check something here. Good, all good. And here we go, nice and in. And I see ADV Short saying, why are you on the road? Because Mrs. Slayton is works for summer camps. And it's the summer camp season. So we were in Northern California for about 2.5, 3 weeks. Then we were in the Seattle area for another week. And now I'm visiting family in Montana. Nice little Magic Archer lineup there for Sam to get things kicked off. And not a Royal Giant matchup here in game number 3. Drill for Wise. And Samuel going with Ram Rider Bridge Spam. And Tesla plus Drill. This is going to be the big thing for Sam, though, is the ability to get this extra Magic Archer damage already out to a nice lead, 21-14 to 29-07. Cheyenne saying, wait, so no Evos? I believe that's the case. Which deck is good without evolutions right now? It seems like I've seen the pros saying that the Remy Eli deck, the minor Magic Archer, that whole dealy, that deck is good right now. It counters most things except for, obviously there's a ton of RG everywhere, but that it has good or pretty even matchups against most everything except for RG. And you can still outplay bad RG players. But that seems to be the best, or one of the best of the no evolution decks at the moment. Anecdotally, I've seen some success with Bowler Loon Freeze. And that's going to be a nice burn through, forces the fireball out. Watch Samuel, though. I think he's going to double down here. Doesn't need to. Inferno Dragon puts the sizzle on that right-hand tower down to 807. And things are looking worse and worse for Wise. Tornado saying there's a video quality issue. Is anybody else experiencing that, or is that just Tornado? Because all the sources on my end show a good connection with the data going out well. So let me know if you're experiencing any video quality issues, or if that's just Tornado's end. Set number 1. Wasn't easy, does it, but still got it done. So there we go. Set 1 all finished. Set number 2 will be the 1v1 duel between Pedro and Fram. Pedro, a CRL World finalist this year. Talk about a guy who just had a breakout year. I was calling it early that Pedro looked like potential Rookie of the Year, and he has not disappointed. Young Yoon asking, why weren't you casting for the monthly finals? Good question. We have 4 casters, and the rotation for this year only has 3 casters on each show. So one of us has to sit out each month, and that was my month to sit out. Luckily, I'm only sitting out 1 month, while the other guys are all sitting out 2, unfortunately for them. But yeah, I'm only sitting out the 1 month, and I will be back for the remaining of CRL this year. So no worries. The game self is blurry. I'm trying on PC. For mobile, it's not that noticeable. Yeah. It's a clean feed coming from another source, so I'm beholden to whatever their gameplay looks like. And I can't. If I in a different situation, I would just take my iPad, go in game, and put it in there. But there's a sync issue because their clean feed is behind the gameplay by a fair bit, so it wouldn't work very well. But I see what you're saying. Let's see. You're doing a great job casting. Thank you very much. I've been doing this for a little while. Coming up, yeah, it's 2023. I started in August of 2018. Why are you on the road? As I said earlier, Mrs. Slayton works for a bunch of summer camps, and so we were in Northern California for a few weeks, and then in the Seattle area for a week, and then now I'm in Montana visiting family. So, yeah, been just on the road with the family. Really enjoying your comms. Happy to have you as a part of the next few. Oh, thank you, Albert. Appreciate it. Seems like you have a good view from there. Oh, yeah, you guys can see the reflection of my view. Yeah, I am out in the woods. For this week, I'm in the woods of Montana. The nearest neighbor's a 5-minute drive away. The nearest town's a half-hour drive away. And, yeah, let me give you guys a good view of the view. A little reflection view. Let's go ahead and get another view of some gameplay. Let's go. So this is not in-game duels, as you can see. There's no icon, so they are able to make adjustments as time goes on. Aditya saying, I don't think I've ever seen Rich without sunglasses. Have you ever watched CRL? Because I don't wear sunglasses during CRL. Hope you're hitting up the disc golf courses during your travels. Yes, I played a course in the Santa Rosa area. I played a course in the Seattle area. And I'm going to be playing a course here in this part of Montana fairly soon. So the answer is yes, I'm getting my disc golf in. Are they allowed to BM? I don't know of a single competition that doesn't allow people to use emotes. If emotes bother you, turn them off. You know what I mean? Bomb tower, the building choice here for Fram. I mean, for Pedro. Who has been amazing this year, obviously qualifying for World Finals. Put up some really, a number of good performances. He would have qualified for World Finals without a golden ticket, I believe, with the way he was stacking up points this year. But still got a golden ticket on top of that, which relieves so much pressure. But he's been great, and we've seen how quickly his deck pool has deepened. And you see that's an anti-NATO position. I believe the EVOs are not allowed for this competition. That's to answer Tornado's question that's on screen right now. Ooh, little lightning play there. Ricardo, you already asked me something, but sure, just ask a thing. And if you ask, I'll answer it or not. There you go. You don't need to ask if you can ask. Just ask, and then I'll either answer or I'll ignore it. Or I'll say I'm not answering that, but usually I just either answer or ignore it. Interesting that Bowler has become so popular with Electro Giant. We saw that a bit in our last CRL. Ricardo with a great question. You want to start competing in Clash Royale tournaments, but I usually don't know where to find them. I usually miss the registration. First of all, always check out esports.clashroyale.com, the official website of Clash Royale Esports. Usually has lots of information there. Competition information is sometimes on the official Clash Royale Esports YouTube page when new things are coming up. Also following Clash Royale Esports on Instagram or Twitter. Twitter's often the best place to find out information on oh man. These muskies are just feeding lightnings right now. I know it's a -2 for Fram, but they are feeding. Yeah, but Ricardo, there's often information on other competitions as well. But being also on social media usually helps dramatically. There's a couple Discords that often cover some of these big competitions. One of the big ones is Clash Royale Community Events, which I will go ahead and put that right here in the. There's that Discord. There's a lot of stuff on there that you can find if you're trying to get involved in Clash Royale esports in some way. So there you go. That is one of the places you can find competitions. Oh boy. Healthy E-Giant, healthy bowler, bomber, or bomb tower getting chunked up a little bit by that barb barrel. And that was a decent enough Golden Knight. Not quite going to get in range, though. Pedro mostly allowing the balloon to act as a tank and less as a true damage dealer. And I like this balloon push from Pedro because he was forcing some of the stuff to be played defensively rather than offensively, right? And that's what he wants the most. NATO has to be, I mean, Lighten has to be played on defense here. Is there a NATO for this Golden Knight to get on tower for Fram? This is a lot on the board right now. And smart placement by Pedro to get way out of the lane. GG, well played. And Pedro throwing a little shade back towards Fram. Game number 1 goes to Pedro in this dual mode matchup. Keep in mind, Pedro is a phenomenal Hog player, and Fram now used Hog in game number 1. Or used NATO, I mean, in game number 1. So let's keep an eye on that one. Let me go ahead and bring up Royale API. Royale API, your best place for data on whatever the heck just happened. Also on general, meta, etc. Let me put the music back on here as I check this out. So let's see. Arrows out for Pedro. Firecracker, there's no Evos, but Firecracker is still kind of busted. So you got to keep an eye on that as a possibility here. Snowball out as well. With NATO out, you got to feel like Hog is a good option for Pedro. Fram probably knows that. Let's expect to see at least one solid Hog counter in Framcito's deck here for game number 2. Piggies might be a possibility for Fram with Bomb Tower out. So again, all speculation until one of them puts a card on the board. Let's see what they do. This is the guy that finished top 1 last season. Last season? And so it is Hog for Fram. No big surprises there. Or for Pedro, I mean. Jeb is saying Fram could play an Arrows deck, basically. Jeb is up in the chat. If you want information on, you want to see someone say what you should or shouldn't play, Jebus is the guy. I don't know if you know this, but he's been doing it pretty well for a while. How do you get the golden ticket? By winning a Clash Royale monthly final or coming in second place to Mohamed Light in a Clash Royale monthly final. Amelie saying, good to see you, Rich. Also, nice beard. Catching up on some of these chat folks really quickly. And I'll answer the question, Adam's question about the evolutions. Devlop, good to see you. I'll get into some of those questions later. Oh, Pedro won the other mode thing with Andrew and Josh. Got it. Oh, yeah, normally I cast all the Royale Master stuff, but as I'm on the road and I have less time to be casting, I have not been casting those. So Evos won't be used for in tournaments or just this time? In this tournament, Evos, at least for now, are not allowed. Evos are allowed in CRL, though. Very important. Pedro, a little suspect here in the play at the moment. And you can see people coming back to Firecracker, even though there's no Evos. People are still playing Firecracker because they've remembered, oh yeah, she's real annoying. Yeah, Jeb was reminding us Furkan took top 1, Mo top 2. Hey, put some respect on Ian's name with his 3rd place finish. Ian got number 3. So 1854 to pretty much just some chip damage for the moment. And it really is crazy having been playing with Firecracker Evos, seeing just how much the difference is between a regular Firecracker doing some damage and the Evo Firecracker basically also being an Earthquake or a Poison. It's actually crazy when you really see it in high relief. Hog in, Inferno Tower not in cycle. Good log here, will get one, does it get two? Yes, and just like that, Pedro back in the lead here. $14.66 to $14.14. Fram gets a little chip on there. Now, what does this turn into? Does it turn into just who can EQ the best? Hog pressures, log adds to it, and right now in the spell cycle race, Fram is ahead, and they are pretty much dead even in Elixir. Pedro has to find some way to force Framcito to make a mistake or something. And this is going to be a dangerous moment here, and able to survive it. But Pedro doesn't get log on tower as part of that exchange. 2 Firecrackers down right now for Pedro, 1 for Fram. Log is going to try to help get this Firecracker damage on. Doesn't do it because of the Ice Spirit. 644 to 812. Log, oh, and that's a deadly hog shot here. That might be enough. Hold on. 268, 274. There is no Inferno Tower. Yes, there is. Log going to try to chip here. Guards trying to stop the extra damage. EQ in, 54 HP. Log, is there EQ? Pedro gets it done, 2-0, and throws out the crying skeleton. Whoo boy. What a battle back from Pedro. GG. And that is a quick 2-0 win here for that team. And we got about a 5-minute break before our next matchup. So let's talk. Let's chat, folks. I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Yeah, my lighting's all weird. It's like yellowish in here. But my view is great. My view is, let me give you that view look again, that view reflection look. You guys can't really see, but there's like giant mountains out here. Can you see? I feel like I should turn the camera around, let you guys see out there. Let's take a look at some chats here. Since we got about 5-minute break before our next matchup. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Do I think Ice Wiz needs a buff? I don't know if I think that or not. Haven't given it much thought yet. Let's see. Well, we'll win all 7 months if he wants to. It's certainly looking like that right now. Pedro's in a bad spot. I mean, that didn't age well, but it was right at the time. How to get a good matchup every match. I don't know. Watch what deck your opponent's picking. Which champion is worth upgrading? I mean, right now it's still Mighty Miner is the best one, I think. Hold on. I don't have my normal type of milk, so my coffee's making my throat be ugh. Let's see. Looking at more of your chats. People talking about Ian versus Riley. Hilarious. Firecracker deck is against Evo RG. We're to see it here. I mean, all the decks from ladder eventually make it in a competitive and back and forth. Let's see. Oh, Sandy. OP Mod Sandy. Thank you. Hey, Sandy. How are you? Glad to see you here. Will the new Mortar Evo counter RG and Hog EQ? I don't know yet. I haven't watched any gameplay of it yet. I know it went live last night. We'll be curious to see the gameplay with it. But the extra HP is certainly valuable. Not to mention it shoots faster, which is crazy. Let's see. GG's Pedro. Yep. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the skills. Wow. Amelie, as much as I hate playing mirror matchups, watching the pros play them is fascinating. I agree with you. I hate playing mirror matchups, and it's fun to watch them sometimes if it's not repetitive. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. More chatty chat. Well, I skipped way forward. Hold on. Mirrors are intense every time. How many matches will there be? Next match coming up in just a minute. You changed your room. No, I'm on the road. I'm not at home. I'm in Montana visiting family. So I'm in like an extra bedroom set up for streaming. But I'll be back home in about a week, back in the normal space, and then I'm actually soon gonna be switching to a new space in my house, so that'll be fun. Which champion should I upgrade? I answered this one, but maybe you message that later. We got Evos. No. What Evo card are you looking forward to? I think someone asked my opinion on Evos earlier. I think Evos are cool conceptually. They're too strong right now, and there's too few of them. So you put that double combination, right, where they're a little bit too strong right now. And, you know, the fact that they cost the same, but then they just become, like, super buffed. Right? Evo Fire, like, the number of games I've won that if I had regular Firecracker, I wouldn't have won. And I Evo Firecracker and can suddenly, like, murder a tower. I can melt a tower like I have napalm inside that Firecracker. It's kind of crazy. So I think that either the Evos need to be nerfed a fair bit, or they need to cost more in Elixir when the Evo version comes up, which makes things funky, but it's a possibility. Or the other thing might be just that the problem is that we have too few Evos that don't bounce each other out, right? Like there isn't a good Evo counter to Firecracker, right? What if Evo arrows were also strong enough to kill Evo Firecracker so that you no longer had that annoying thing where you arrows a Firecracker and it's still alive for some reason, right? So those are some of the issues with Evos. Do I know how many matches there will be? There's one more match after this. And then we're going to go to that match in about 30 seconds. If they Evo hog, that will be a mess. Maybe. Is week 1 on YouTube? It will be, but it's not at the moment. I wasn't able to do it live. I'm going to record those and put them up post. Firecracker spots are great in close matchups. Yep. Let's see. Expo deck is dead after the update with Mortar. Yeah, I mean, it's been dead for a while, though. I think Battle Ram needs a buff. That might also bring P.E.K.K.A back finally. Maybe. But you can't let the Evo Mortar lock or the Goblins will do a lot of damage. Yeah, those Goblins are crazy. I main P.E.K.K.A and got 21s with it. Do you think Battle Ram deserves a buff? I don't know. Probably. I also hate playing against Birch Spam, though. Okay, here's the thing. I like it when classic decks die. No deck should last really more than 6 months, in my opinion. Like, I know this is controversial because some of you have been playing the same deck for 7 years. I hate seeing any deck that's older than, like, 2 or 3 years. When I see, like, 2.6, 3.0, classic variations of P.E.K.K.A Bridge Spam, like, classic Splasher, when I see old decks, I'm just like, ugh, why? I like that the meta kills old decks. Now, if there were a new deck around P.E.K.K.A that came up because of something else, that would be interesting, right? A new version of Battle Ram stuff it might be interesting. But man, yeah, every time I see a deck that's like that was being played before 2020, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? Stop. Let's go ahead and take a look at the matchup that we have here between Cold Bear and 40KLOUTH. I don't know what's going on with these teams, by the way. Cold Bear, I guess, is a polar bear that's like real angry, and then 40KLOUTH. I don't know where that's a crazy looking dragon. These are interesting teams though. Alpha, Nico, and Paradox against Clown, Aaron, and Guix. Let's see. Continue. Let me try to bust out some more of these. You got an Evo Ice Golem idea, bro? That would be interesting. Montana, yeah, it's awesome out here. Evo Expo should have piercing shots. No. I'm coming back on camera for that. No. Stop it. Evo Expo piercing shots. Stop it. Craziness. Absolute craziness. I would happily spend an extra elixir for an evolved RG, right? That's the thing. Michael Leonardo. Hey, Rich, wondering why you're in bed. Haven't seen you in a while. I've been on the road. I've been out and about. Will champions also get Evo? I don't know. Excited to see you commentating in CRL this month. Yep. In fact, day 2 of qualifiers, the round robin or the group stage will be on my channel again next week. Evo Lightning. Hold on, this is actually interesting. Evo Lightning would be crazy. Imagine if it did like 5 strikes. I don't even know how do you do an Evo Lightning? That's crazy. All Evo are common. For now, they are, yes. Go Evo Sparky hit ground and air charge 3 times 3 second. Oh my lord. Are they doing commons first? It seems like that so far. Evo Ewiz stun longer. Controversial, but I get what you mean. I think. Oh, about the old decks. Yeah, I'm just. Bro, move on. Bro, move on. Is there money in this tournament? Yes, $46,000, I think, over the course of the year. Smaller tournament, but pretty cool. Are they going to evolve every card in the game? I don't know. Probably because free-to-play players can't really choose to upgrade any deck. Yeah, but you can get like 2 decks go. You can amend your deck or change a direction. But yeah, just I know some people still have to play the same thing for 7 years. I just can't imagine being like, yeah, I want to play the same deck for 10,000 games of Clash Royale. You know what I mean? That seems crazy to me. Evo's costing 1 elixir sounds cool. That way it's a double-bladed sword. As well as the champions, you have a 3-card cycle and the ability, but you can't cycle multiple times. Yeah, exactly. There's no drawback to Evos right now. There's literally no question. There's like no anything. Bring Expo back. How dare you? Broken that would be. Yes, Albert Lynch. I feel like Evos can be a little bit overpowered right now, but at least cost 1 more elixir for the trade-off. Yeah, I feel like the extra 1 elixir thing might be like almost like Evos like a mirror in a certain way, right? Mo will play today. No. Evo Princess should be able to shoot farther. You're crazy. It can just like YOLO you from the back of the arena. It's just going Curry, right? Let's see. 2.6 players molding right now. Bro, just get over it. Just move on. You know what I mean? Evo Poison. Place right on top of that and get a Poison trader with extra damage. Who is playing next, please? Devlop. Right here. Here's who's playing next. And they're going to be playing in any minute now, I think. Don't know why the game hasn't started yet. Probably some player waffling about. Not getting ready. Evo Goblin Barrel do a rocket damage. Where are you right now? I am in the mountains of Montana. That's where I am. Again, I'll give you guys the reflection look in the sunglasses. Look out there. Look how beautiful it is. Green and nature. Here's how remote I am right now. When we go out, like, around the house that I'm staying at, we have to bring bear spray, like mace for bears. A big giant can of essentially pepper spray, but like 50 times stronger so it'll stop a bear. So that's where I am, is I'm in bring bear off with you. Let's see. Evox on a building target only. No. Evo Poison, shoot Fireball on the Poison and cause a Mega Nuke. Sure. Nice glasses, thank you. We're going to get those sunglasses. Link in the description below on this stream. Gooder.com/RichSlayton, and if you use code RICH, you get 15% off. How about that? And they got tons of styles. Gooders. Long time friend of the channel. Hopefully I'm getting some new ones pretty soon. Why is the third band slot called Structure instead of Building? Because the production company that's making this is not native English speakers, so they're translating from their language. I think it's a Spanish company that's making this stream. Either way, because they're translating and they chose Structure rather than Building. Evo Rocket, 1 Goblin spawns at just like gold level. That wouldn't be surprising actually. Haha, seriously? Yeah. Yes. You have to bring bear spray. Now, if I get in my car and like go to town, I'm not bringing bear spray to town. But out here, like where I am, like I said, 5 minutes away from the nearest neighbor, yeah, you bring bear spray when you go outside. You look cool as always. Thank you. Everyone make the most outrageous Evo Expo concepts to piss Rich off. Yeah, sure. Expo shoots, can shoot 5 tiles longer and only targets King Tower. Seen any Grizzlies yet? No, but years ago, my dad called me and I heard my mom in the background banging a pot and yelling at a grizzly to go away. So, if that puts any context there. But planning on to Yellowstone. No, I've been to Yellowstone many times, and we live about an hour and a half from Yellowstone, but I've been many times. But not this trip. Lava Hound here from Aaron. And then opposite lane Loon into some Zappies. The Zappies are going to shut down your balloon. Don't know why also. Does anybody else feel tiny triggered by Lava Loon? I will tell you, okay, I'll tell you archetypes that trigger me no matter what still. Lava Loon, X-Bow, Golem, even though I beat it most of the time now, it still just triggers me. I still hate it. Bait. Bait because I feel like even if I have matchup, I feel like I can lose half the time against bait. I feel like if I have anything other than anything worse than 70-30 matchup against bait, then I'm going to lose it. Even if it's not the case, it's like what my brain feels. Evo Expo shoots fire arrows that put dots on units and buildings. Ooh, interesting. Am I calling Royale Masters? Not this week. I'll be back with Royale Masters like once I'm settled back in Texas again, but currently on the road, not able to do it. And that's a big balloon connection. Even with Tombstone, Fireball, Zappies. Mother Witch isn't that helpful, I guess. But still balloon connection. Evo Miners should give health to towers. Very, I see that. Oh, yeah, back-to-back. People back-to-back, same idea. Evo Monk ability is always active. I mean, it kind of feels like that's how strong these Evos are, right? It kind of feels like that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Oh, Elixir Golem for sure. For sure, Elixir Golem on the trigger list. GG, well played. Game number 1 going to Aaron. Well done, Aaron. I'm trying to catch up on this chat. The chat popped. The chat popped, and I'm behind everything. Lumberloon freeze when it was meta. Yeah, it's still sort of meta. What about Sparky? Sparky doesn't trigger me. I get annoying when I'm seeing like when you're playing like the oldest Sparky. Just like play a deck that wasn't made 6 years ago. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like play a deck that wasn't in CCGS. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, man. Evo Expo that just explodes after deploy time. I'm going to definitely watch that. Yeah, I feel you on that one. And whoa, wait a second. Why are we already to... Was that two? I'm confused here. Should we already be... Oh, free win. Because of the delay, 40K got a free win in game number 1. And so that was actually game 2, and now we're on to our second set. Got it. Nico versus Fram come up in a minute in our dual mode matchup. Very interesting. Instead of Evo, Super Social there's new game modes which can bet your emotes or gems or golds. I think they wouldn't do anything with betting. What do I think about level 15? I don't like it. There you go. I think there could have been... I think there are other ways that they could have made things financially viable. I don't like a level 15. Evo Witches spawn guards instead of skeletons, yeah. Evo Fisherman pulls air units too. It's actually interesting. It's actually interesting. Elixir Golem Evo doesn't give Elixir when killed. That's actually crazy. That's actually kind of a crazy. That's kind of a crazy. That's like a legit type of Evo for that thing. Imagine the bear just pops up facing your window while you're streaming. Bro, that would be wild, Peter. I'm not super worried about it because the bears don't usually come like right up to your house unless you've got You're being dumb and letting garbage or food sit out. Evo Tombstone spawns giant skellies. You know, I like that one a lot. Did I say Fram? Did I say Fram? Nico and Clown. Did I say Fram? I don't know, y'all. I'm tired. I have a new baby who's not sleeping very well. I'm going to misspeak a lot. I'll be dialed in for CRL, don't you worry. I think Season Pass should be way more cosmetic stuff. It works well for me. But yeah, I think so too. At this point, since the Season Pass is clearly not... Oh, boy. Nico, did you forget that Clash Royale's happening? You had all the elixir. What happened? Was Nico just listening to our conversation instead of actually playing? Fala Português. I have no idea what that means. But there is a Portuguese stream, I think. If that's what you're asking. I think Season Pass should be way more cosmetic. Yeah, since it's very clear that the Pass Royale is not going to be focused on helping with progression. That's very clear with the way that they changed it. Putting in more and cooler cosmetics, I think, would be a good move. And I haven't been buying Pass Royale since it got changed. If it became if it was way more cosmetic heavy at this stage, I would probably start buying it again. But right now, it's like a couple of cosmetics and then a little bit of progression, and neither one, like, it needs to go hard one way or the other, in my opinion, for it to be of value to me. That miner doing some tankage. Will it matter? I don't believe so. And good bomb just to... I don't think that bomb was even necessary from Clown. That might be a little extra expenditure. I like the idea of evolution. Says Sandy, it brings something to do the game, but level 15 is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't like level 15. How's baby Slayton? He's doing all right. Just not sleeping very well because he's, you know, a 5-month-old baby. And this is an easy dub here for Clown as Nico, I don't know, forgot that they're playing Clash Royale or something. Not entirely sure what happened. Maybe he disconnected. That's probably more likely that there was an internet issue for him. If we're evaluating likely scenarios, it probably was a connection issue. And we'll go ahead and get ready for game number 2 here. Evo Snowball is just a retextured fireball, just a 2 elixir fireball. Interesting. Evolve Phoenix is a guaranteed respawn. Some of these ideas are actually like kind of legit ideas for how these would go. Let's keep reading these. Let's see. Was it an internet problem for Nico? I have to assume so. What do you think about adding skins to cards? Supercell gets money without nerfing progression. The problem, they've talked about this a lot, Mohamed. The problem is that Clash Royale was not built on 3D models. It's very easy to add skins to 3D models, but actually all of the troops in Clash Royale are in fact 2D models with multiple different things animated to them. So the way that Clash Royale, and that's also part of why Clash Royale is like so not data heavy by comparison to some other games. All right, something else. Just whatever it is. You know, I could be wrong on that last part. But TLDR, the Clash Royale characters, troops, spells, all that, they're 2D rather than 3D, and it's way harder to reskin 2D than it is to reskin 3D, which is why we have not seen... They would have done skins a long time ago were it more feasible to do. So there you have it. Evo Inferno Tower, multiple targets. I think he's playing on a bad connection. Yeah, I think so. Why is his name a clown? Why isn't yours? Why is your name Tornado? You know what I mean? And yeah, Season Pass Fortnite example is purely cosmetic. They're making money while they're big hype, so I think it would work well. Yeah, I mean, Fortnite does have a difference that every single game of Fortnite, every player starts completely even. There is no progression in Fortnite, which is also part of its business model, right? So it's a whole different universe when Clash Royale is primarily based on progression. That's a key feature in how the game functions, how you play the game, how the game makes money. Whereas Fortnite, I mean, look, the reality is that Fortnite kind of changed the gaming industry dramatically with changing from pay to win to pay to brag. That was a big change in that Fortnite kind of led the charge in. And a lot of games that were made before Fortnite kind of broke that model wide open were left in kind of a tough position. Will Mo win the next monthly finals? At this point, 85% chance, yes. Evo Bomb Tower shows a useful death bomb. Yeah, they nerfed the death bomb on purpose, though. Rich, is Mo playing today? No, he'll be playing tomorrow, but I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow will be pre-recorded by me eventually and then uploaded. 3D is only for promo vids, not real games. Pretty convincing the 2D, I guess. Yeah, like the characters you see on screen right now, that fisherman, that's actually a 2D model, not a 3D model. And all those animations are like multiple frames, as opposed to being just a wireframe 3D figure that is moving around based on, like, so that was a big lesson they learned, right? The reason why Brawl Stars has all the skins is because they figured out, like, they learned their lesson when doing the 2D models that skins were going to be, like, skins also weren't like the same crazy popularity they were when CR came out. So the Brawl Stars characters are all 3D, which makes them easy to reskin. Clash Royale, all these troops, all these buildings, all these spells are actually 2D. So there you go. Pay to drip, says Andrew. That's the best. Pay to drip is so funny. You know what? That's comment of the day so far. Pay to drip. Love it. Evo cards will be in CRL, for those of you asking. This is just a madhouse here in the middle on the left-hand side. Those of you who want to see some Evos in competitive, I recently put up a 2-part video earlier this week. What day is today? Well, Monday. Last week, I put out a 2-part video that's on this YouTube channel where I invited Mo, Lucas, Vitor, and Riley all to do a small duels bracket with Evos. So if you want to see how those Evos mix into competitive, little 4-person mini bracket with some of the best players in the game on this channel, available right now. Oh, that's in deep. Cannon Cart, Skelly King, and Clown. Man, Nico just struggling here, and now we are all tied up. And going to go to set number 3, King of the Hill. Wait, or did 40K Band win the first one? Oh, no, that was it. Never mind. Never mind. Cold Bear did not win the first set. That's actually it. I forgot that Cold Bear did not win the first set, and that's it. That's a 2-0 sweep. Never mind. Oh, boy. I am tired. I'll clean it up, folks. Tomorrow, but not tomorrow. But tomorrow. If you want to watch it in real time, you can watch it in the other languages, Spanish. I think it's in French as well. You know, I can actually check to see what languages will be streaming this tomorrow. Let me just double check the schedule of streamers. Tomorrow you can watch in Spanish on Revel's channel, Japanese on Rush's channel, Portuguese with Alan Franzotti, or you can wait until I record it later and upload it sometime. But there you go. Let's see. Let me look at the chat here for another minute before we kick off. I actually have no idea how many people we're watching today. Oh, 300 people. That's nice. How are you? Pretty cool. Let's see. Make Evo Mirror +2 levels. Let's keep looking at some of these. Let me catch up to these chats here now that we've ended the gameplay portion. How likely do you think the 3rd or even 4th place player will win the golden ticket? 3rd place is possible, but not very likely. If Mo was playing to be on the thumbnail, most of the time, yeah. Do I speak Portuguese? No. My sister does, but I don't. My name is Tornado because it tells something about me. That you spin around a lot? What does that even mean? Why was level 15 in Evolution the same update? It's already hard to collect 6 cards and free to play, and also level 15 make it worse. I don't know. I'm not on the dev team, Swimmer. You know that. 2D is faster gameplay from a developer perspective. Yes. So faster gameplay, but not good if you want to do skins. Evo Phoenix rebirth another troop with it. Imagine if Phoenix along with Dumbledore. Dumbledore. Clash Royale going to start licensing Harry Potter into it? Just replace all the wizards with different wizards from the game, from the books? Yeah, Nico's bad connection. Let's see. Get some rest. Thanks for. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to like a 4th of July parade later today. Or no, going to a rodeo tonight. And then a 4th of July parade tomorrow with Slayton Jr. Should be fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jeshu. Let's see. Bye, Rich. Bye, Sandy. Cool. Hey, everybody. That's it for today's stream. The other days from GKR, I'll be back on our regular streaming schedule with GKR once I get home. I'm flying back at the end of this week. So next week I'll be back with a regular schedule with GKR, barring other weird stuff that pops up when I get home. And then, of course, on next Sunday, it's going to be the group stage for CRL right here on the channel. So you want to see the who qualifies for the monthly final, that'll be right here next Sunday as usual. And we'll be back at a regular rhythm through July once I am back home. I can't promise you when it's going to happen, but I am going to do pre-recorded versions of day 1, 2, and tomorrow's day to put up on the channel so that you'll have everything there if you want to watch it. So I'll get them out as soon as I can, and I really do appreciate everybody for bearing with me while I'm kind of on a little mini vacations, a little refresher, right? A little refill the cup for this summer, but we'll be back on the grind very soon. Y'all are phenomenal. And oh, let's see. I think that thing is dead, so that's unfortunate. The little thing I would have gone to at the end, where I would have been like, "Hey, bye-bye," all that. Oh my God, big sneeze. The little thing I would have put up here is not there anymore, so that's less fortunate. Do I have a thing I can put up? I don't think I have a thing I can put up. Well, then I'm just gonna kill the stream at some point. Hey, you know what? Be excellent to each other.